What is up, great people? Great people? Back with another video here. It's NosANA, as some of you guys already know. In this video, I'm going to be doing a previous finance question. It's typical. It's one of those that would. What is up, great people? Back again with another video. It's NosANA, as some of you guys already know. What I've got here is a past exam question based on finance. So it is one of those that you'd get as your question one under finance. All right. So I did already do the introduction to grade 12 finance and also a recap on grade 11. Right. So in this video, we are doing this question here worth 4 marks. Right. So the question says that how long will it take for a motor car to double in the value if the annual inflation rate is 8.5%? Right. So what I advise other learners to do is that when you see a question like this and you don't see that they talking about money, so you don't give up on a question like this. First, what you just gotta do is identify your formula, and when you have a formula, uh, then you've completed half the question basically, because it starts from the formula, because some values you are given and some values you don't need to have. All right, so let us just so when you see that in this question here they said that the value, if the inflation, right, you see annual inflation. So from this we get to know what formula we need to use, right? And if you've guessed it, then you're correct. We need to use the A is equal to P 1 plus I to the power of n. Why? Because this is what we call the inflation formula. The compound interest formula is the same thing as this. Okay, why would you say? Okay, so yeah, all right. So we don't know what is our after value. We don't know what is our initial value. We do know the percentage, right? But then they said this one here will be compounded annually, right? See, they said annual inflation, so it is per year. Okay, so what the question is asking for us is to find out how long it will take. So how long in this question will be our n. Okay, so we know that we are not given the money, so that means we can just make it x, and then so our x will be our present value, and then our double, because 2x will be the double amount, right, which is going to be after, right? So these are our p and our a. So our a, okay, so our a now will be, our a is going to be 2x because it is after, so it will be 2x is equal to our initial, which will be p, plus, right, 1, okay, so plus 8%. So we'll say 8.5 over 100, right? So that's 8%. We are not going to compound this by 12. Why? Because it's not compounded monthly, it's compounded annually. So you divide the I by 1. So it will be 8.5 divided by 100 divided by 1. But we're not going to do that because 1 will make a difference. So here we are solving for n, right? And what we can just do here, what we're going to do, grade 12, first you're going to cancel out, not to cancel out, right? The first thing that you're going to do is divide by x on both sides. All right, you divide by x on both sides, and the x's will cancel like that. And what you're going to have left is 2 is equal to, in this case here, you can just see that you can simplify what is in the brackets, and you won't have to do any rounding off, right? But in other cases, when we're using the future value or the present value formulas, I advise learners not to calculate what the bracket is equal to, because sometimes you get a long answer that has a lot of decimals and you don't have to round that answer off until it's the final answer. So what I advise learners to do is that just carry on putting the original values in your formulas until you leave out what you're solving for as subject of the formula, and then you just enter your answers. You just enter your values in the calculator one time and you get your answer. But then in this case here, we get a small answer, which is going to be 1, 0.085. Right, you can see this one is simple. You didn't have to do any rounding off, sorry, to the power of n, not m. So guys, now we have to solve for n. We have to solve for n, and how we do that is we use the log, right? We use log to solve for n. So here it's 1 comma, Okay, like that. So now we need to solve for log. Okay, so we say n is equal to log. You take the base of the exponent you're solving for. The base of the exponent you're solving for will be the base of your log. Don't forget that. The base of the exponent you're solving for will be the base of your log. 85, right? And then what is across on the opposite side will be in the bracket for log, like that. Okay, and then for n, your n will now be equal to 8 comma 8,496. 8,496. So this will be years, right? They want to know how long. I mean, this is not, it's you telling them that the answer is in years, but also they need to know what? They need to know the months as well, because over here you get the months. So what you can just do is you can subtract 8 from here, and when you do that, because now you know that it's 8 years, it's definite that it is 8 years. So now you need to convert this to months, because remember this is part of years. So you just say 0,496, right? 0,496, let me write it properly. So you say 0,496 times 12, right? So this is to get your months, right? So 12 is 1 year, isn't it? Right now you get 5,958. You can just round this off to 6 months, right? You can just round this off to 6 months. Alright, so grade 12. Now your answer will be, because now you've converted the years to months, so now you have n is equal to n will now be equal to 8 years. Your n will be equal to 8 years 6 months. 8 years 6 months, like that. Easy, guys, easy. You just need to do a lot of practice and a lot of revision. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to share, like, comment, and subscribe, and help the NosANA community grow.